Well, we have all kinds of news to report today. The county executive announced the first phase of reopening for Prince George's County. We're finally there. Essentially, the retail establishments that were previously listed as non-essential will now be able to reopen for curbside service. Restaurants for service outside will be able to reopen, and churches with very limited capacity initially would be allowed to open. All of these things are listed on our website at bizroundtable.org, and we're very excited. We thank County Executive Angela also Brooks and her team for getting us to this point. Also want to thank everybody in our community and in the healthcare field and in public safety for all that they have done to also get us to this point. And it's one of those departments in public safety I want to single out today, the Fire and EMS Department. I just spoke with Chief Tiffany Green, who heads that agency, and she was telling me about the incredible work of the EMS providers in the county. With nearly 3,000 calls for COVID just in the last month or so, her EMS personnel have responded really as patient advocates. They not only go to the home and educate people on COVID-19, but they also talk to them about personal protective equipment and the kinds of things that they can do to keep their families secure, but more importantly, to be patient advocates, because in many cases the family is not going to be able to go with them to the hospital, is not going to be able to be with their loved one. So who is providing that advocacy? The EMS personnel of the county fire department in many cases. So our hats are off to them. There's one other message that she wanted me to make certain that you also know, and that is that if you have an emergency, whether it's COVID or non-COVID related, especially non-COVID related, don't hesitate to call 911. Don't hesitate to go to the hospital if the EMS personnel tell you that that's best for you and best for your safety. Because in the end, they're going to be more protected at the hospital and the medical facilities because they've taken special precautions to make certain that patients coming in with non-COVID related problems are separated and that there is plenty of protection for them. Don't hesitate if you have a medical emergency to call 911 and to go to the hospital in the event that the EMS personnel tell you it's necessary. I also want to single out Carrollton Enterprises, one of the members of the Greater Prince George's Business Roundtable, along with many other businesses that are just doing exceptional work in the community. They have provided special funding for many people who are needy in the community. They have donated to the Capital Area Food Bank, and they have also provided gift cards and many other forms of value to people to help stabilize their families and take care of some of their basic needs. They've also provided assistance to Doctors Community Hospital in the way of extra beds, and there's just so much that they're doing. Finally, one of the things that I thought was really significant is the way they're helping Bowie State University. Many of the young people at Bowie State may not be able to pay the fees because they've lost their jobs, and to be able to get their diplomas when they graduate. Carrollton Enterprises is holding a fundraiser for them, and that is to provide funds for these students so that they can get all of the diplomas and the other honors that they deserve. God bless you, and keep up the great work.